February of 2020, I experienced one of the most successful manifestations I've ever attempted to pull off. I won tickets to a festival that I was dying to attend called Envision. I ended up flying out in February of 2020 to attend one of the last festivals before COVID-19 hit America, or the world rather. It was starting to hit right as we were toward the end of our trip. We were starting to hear more news about it, and on the way back in the airport, people were starting to wear masks. First day in Costa Rica. I'm in San Jose. The weird shower.
This is my official purse.
I'm super excited. Today we're going to Envision. I'm getting a cab ride right now. I'm near all these they're called sodas, these little cantina restaurants. It's very loud and very downtowny. There's drunk people screaming and getting in a fight and singing last night in front of the house, but luckily I had earplugs. So next leg of the trip is I'm getting a cab ride to the 710 terminal, and then getting a bus ride to Jaco, and my friend Juliette's picking me up in Jaco. Here we go. Now I'm at Terminal 710 at this bus terminal. I just got out of my cab, and a man tried to grab all my luggage as I was getting in my cab. He's like, oh, necesito ayuda. And I said, no. And he's like, don't be scared. Off the sidewalk, he just opens the cab door and starts grabbing for my bags. What the fuck? So luckily, I'm in super hardcore bitch vigilant mode, and I'm not being my normal friendly self.
Try and look out the window now.
My seatmate, homie Bob, told me to look out the window for some crocodiles at this point. Did not notice this crocodile until my son pointed it out during editing. Here I am with all my fucking luggage. Oh, look at me. Ridiculous. I just got into Jaco. It's definitely hot. It's so pretty here. This is way better than San Jose. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything other than a cranberry crisp in the last 24 hours. So I'm gonna get some food right now. Juliette's about to pick me up in our rental car. Now I'm at a smoothie place. I'm getting a dragon fruit bowl. I have no idea how much everything is costing me because I'm just giving them millions of colones, and they give me back millions of colones, and I have no idea. I rode in the bus and to Jaco, and it took 2.5 hours. Then this other man came on the bus and sat next to me, and his name was Bob, and he was a Canadian that's been living here for the last 8 years, and I guess he leaves every 90 days because you can't live here continuously, but you can leave and come back. So he's been doing that for 8 years. So anyway, it was nice to be able to speak English with Bob. So cute in this little Jaco town. It's totally beach town. It's one big street full of tourist stuff, and everybody speaks English, lots of young people. I'm lucky to call this goddess Juliette, one of my best friends. She hooked it up with the rental car. She knew people in the area because she used to live here. She speaks a ton of Spanish. She got along really well with my friends. She was the perfect companion for this trip. Hey, nice guy. Jaco ropes. This is our rental car. Turns out the whole town overbooked rental cars. So we are lucky we have a rental car because I guess everybody's going up to their rental cars, and they booked more cars than they had. So we are lucky. Yeah, we're just... Zero waste market. My friend Juliette is a scientist. Plastic scientist, and she very much cares about the environment, so here we are getting some nuts. Nuts and granola. Look at this. I get to shove a stick. I am now at a beach in, it's called Playa Dominicalito. I'm just so happy. Everything's great. This is amazing. Okay, I'm sweaty AF. It's late. This is our parking spot. We just got to the festival. So now we're gonna bring in our tents and set it up in the dark. Wish us luck. Juliette is friends with the designer of Urano, who made these incredible swimsuits. Her husband is the artist who created the art, and I was fangirling, so you're getting a voiceover. I wasn't used to the humidity yet. It took a couple days to get used to that. There's Juliette laying in some huge seeds. You know what kind of seeds they are?
No sé.
But they're huge. It's almost 8 a.m. I woke up at 5:45 unable to sleep due to sweat. Now we're gonna go to the ocean and rinse off in the salt and sand. We were distracted by this yoga class as we were on our way to the beach, which I wanted to record or perhaps attend, and only to realize I was very much invading their privacy by recording from this angle. The walk down to the beach was always a little interesting because the vendors and the coordinators of the festival were kind of at odds, so there was more of a cop presence and sometimes they just randomly shut down. Finally made it to the beach. There's a lot of vendors back there. They're all like, hey, you want some sunglasses? You want some coconut water? You want some beer? You want some water? I was inspired by this yogi's peaceful breathing exercises in the ocean this morning, only to find out later on that while he was doing his breathing, his wallet and passport were being stolen on the beach. After we rinsed off in the ocean, we eavesdropped over a surfing lesson, and then we wanted to head back and check out some workshops. This workshop is about avoiding being governed.
So let's say there was a sociocratic process here at Envision Festival. You might have like the ops team.
These ladies are Instagram famous for really good reason. They teach a very unique style of yoga. I teach yoga for a living, and these classes were hard. I really enjoyed them so much, especially out in that weather. Still sweaty. We got our sweaty life now. The plants in Costa Rica almost amazed Juliette and I more than the booths and things. The size of this thing, like it's true.
Those can fall down, so it's like a point. Like stab you.
Oh my god.
More animal tracks than there are like human tracks. Snakes.
Muerto en 20 minutos.
I asked Juliette's friend, "Are you scared of holding onto this deadly snake?" And he said, essentially, not exactly. Mother Earth is my mother. Are you scared of your mother?
This place we happened upon ended up being one of our staple go-to places. We came here almost every day, and honestly, there's no place in my hometown that has the kind of vibes that this place has, where I want to just stay all day. I wanted hummus, and they're making it. They're making it.
Yeah, making hummus.
Thank you. lemon, tahini, garlic, and a little bit of salt, right?
So I missed the garlic, guys.
Oh, well, it was, you know,
I put some onion in it. Good.
It was.
super good.
And they had a sign outside that said hummus. We're so happy we found hummus. Alas, we returned to Envision so that we may watch Paul Stamets, who's one of the reasons we both wanted to attend this festival in the first place. We ended up seeing all of his talks, being able to meet him, and got a signature from him on a poster.
In the equation of stressors.
Paul Stamets is one of the world's foremost mycologists. He goes around the world basically speaking about what he knows about mushrooms, which is more than most anyone in the world, to share how they can help humans and the earth.
Some of the other participants here, one young man is spearheaded replanting tens of thousands of trees here in Costa Rica. That is just...
It's easy to look at something like this and judge it, especially if you didn't grow up in this kind of environment, which I certainly didn't. But I find it so freeing and wonderful that everyone feels free to express creatively. Let's take a walk around. There's so much to show you. Not only are the grounds beautiful, but obviously the people watching is never ending. At most festivals, a lot of people have totems everywhere. This festival, I think because everybody was flying in from so far away, hardly anyone had totems except for that guy. So I know it seems like I'm totally checking out the slackliner, which I am. I love slacklining. But really, the village witches right behind him right there, that was such a genius idea. Any ailment you had, any problem at all, you could go to the village witches and they would give you some kind of concoction or herbal tincture. Just wanna spend my life living in a vegan paradise.
Don't hurt your throat.
People think hippies sit around singing Kumbaya. This is what we're actually doing. So at this point, my other friends have finally arrived. Right there on the right is Micah. Another person on the left there is the artist from Urano. But the people that also arrived are Bobby, who is in the picture now, as well as Sasha, who I'm so excited to have join us from Portland, Oregon.
It's like a jungle gym. And there's a hammock hanging from it, and like the trunk goes up and down, and it's like just a green elephant driving around. Like.
I was out wearing my mermaid real shell bikini top when a woman complimented me. I looked at her and realized she was OG Yogini, someone I follow on Instagram. Pretty sure this is Pocahontas. Moana and Pocahontas had a granddaughter. I loved watching her dance. Every night at sunset, pretty much everyone would come down to the beach, and it was a huge party.
After the sunset party, it's a whole different world. The stage was the best thing I've ever seen. It looked over 3 stories high. I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't record as much in the evening because I figured it was a gift to myself to be present. And the footage isn't as good.
Sunday morning.
Slower. Have you ever met a free spirit before? Someone who wasn't bound by their outer conditions? Someone who was free of other people's opinions and judgments? Have you ever met someone that was able to stay true to themselves? Even if that meant disappointing everybody around them?
I ate so good in Costa Rica. I live in the food capital of the world and it does not compare. People gathering for the main Paul Stamets talk and Juliette's favorite song in the background.
You something that is just truly revolutionary in its simplicity is stem butts regrow. Psilocybin stem butts regrow. The mushrooms, if you pick them and you throw them into the ground, they'll rot. But the stem butts don't.
We had hoped to meet Paul Stamets, but the likelihood of that happening with the crowds that size was just not happening. We walked to our car one time and happened to see him in the parking lot and was able to have a conversation with him. It blew our mind because we were hoping for that experience, but there was no way we were going to make that happen unless by a miracle, which is exactly what happened. Time to meet another goddess, Karen. She's the designer for Mar de Urano. She sews all those swimsuits all around her. We were walking around and this guy came up to us and he's like, "Would you like to hold my ice baby?" And it's the tropics, so we were like, "Yes, we love your ice baby." The afternoons were too hot to do anything other than eat or sleep, so we decided to take Sasha on the left there to have some hummus that we had been raving about. This is Sasha and I's weight loss pic, just from dancing and sweating. So the luck and the miracles at this point were getting a bit overwhelming. This song is by Alabama Shakes and it happens to be a huge favorite of mine that was in heavy rotation during this time period. So for me to happen upon this band singing this song in paradise, I could not hang. My mind was blown.
Yeah. So if I want it, because if I wanted to, I'll be.
Just like destroyed. Like one of my first loves in my life.
Skinny Buddha is one of my favorite people on the planet. He has been all over the planet as well and tells the best stories. He's really good to have with us because he's fun but also wise. I'm so proud of Juliette for standing up to this dude. He was spouting off all kinds of nonsense with authority.
I don't know. I personally work on those things and they're very difficult.
Through the planet, there is no clean way to produce energy. Energy is everything.
I just took a shower. What a luxury. Man. This is the moment we started really not enjoying the festival anymore. There was a huge cop presence. They were going around arresting people for weed, and then they came and got one of the sponsors, a hemp booth, arrested. It was really creepy. As per the normal sunset protocol, we started to head down to the beach only to find out, guess what? Beach is shut down. There were too many people going down every night. I guess some people were sneaking in. It was a breach in security, so now we were feeling really locked into this festival. The artists we wanted to see were all playing at like 6 a.m., 4 a.m., so the other artists I honestly was not that impressed with, so we saved our energy and went to go see some art. Vita means little rain. Throughout the whole trip, it hadn't rained until the very last night, which was yet another miracle. However, I ended up laying on my yoga mat in a puddle all night. This was definitely one of the most uncomfortable nights of my life, but it was a good, perspective, character building. Tired, happy, grateful to be out of the festival, we headed out this morning to this beautiful mariposario.
One of the best albums ever made.
Building steam.
Yeah, I'll send you the whole album to me. It's called Introducing. The album is
Here's the little fruit stand.
De mangostán. No es tiempo. Eso es por temporadas el mangostán.
Don't eat the seafood.
No, sí.
Just up on the pole.
Oh, wow.
Here, I want to try it.
$30. More. Well, if you put like the water. It'd be more, but you'd have to exclude the water.
Simple, I'm going to give you a flower. When I saw you on the beach, I got in love with you. Bueno, the Spanish music, very good.
Yeah.
We will walk down, like kissing, talking to each other. I tried my best in my English.
Okay, how adorable is that guy? I was melted on the ground in front of his window.
Very sweet. God bless you, my friend.
God bless you. This was an incredible abandoned mansion / graffiti museum with the best views. so tired at this point. Our trip was coming to an end. We decided to throw a little dinner party. Sasha is also a chef because he's just multi-talented. All of my friends are. And we decided to have this dinner.
So cheap, look, you get 3 bunches for some people like that. And this is fruit salad.
All right.
This is fruit salad. This is mashed potatoes with caramelized onions. This is guacamole, obviously, taro chips, and this is coconut mango curry. Holy shit, dude. Is everyone digging? Fantastic. Thank you.
Let me take a picture together.
One last stroll on la playa. Caminando.
Traveling constantly. Life is a constant travel.
Even when you're in your hometown, you're still traveling.
That's the beautiful about darkness.
I agree about darkness being beautiful. It gives you perspective.
Beautiful. Yeah, darkness is beautiful.
If you're still watching at this point, I want to thank you sincerely. It took me 5 days and 5 nights to get this thing ready for consumption, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
What hello? You want to get close, you don't want to get super close. Yeah. Because they will steal your phone.
Okay.
In Thailand,